How do you do this again?
I'm not too sure, bro. What's your thoughts on Andre the Giant?
Whoa, what the fuck? Who is Andre the Giant? He's a boxer, isn't he?
Yeah, something popped up the other day. Yeah, no, he wasn't a boxer. He was a fucking wrestler.
Oh, was
Back
he?
in the day, massive, 7'4", huge.
Is that like Hulk Hogan days?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, that's before my time.
He's
I was
big
more
boy.
Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H. That was me when I was younger. I'm not as old as you, man. I don't remember the war.
Heartbreak Kid.
Well,
Bret Hart.
anyway, fucking welcome back. Shit. that proper threw me off.
I think that threw you off. Is the genuine thought that I had today, right?
What is going on here?
Genuine thought. So I was staring out my window at work in the office. I've got a decent height.
Okay.
Looking down, saw a load of trees. Time of year, leaves are starting to fall, aren't they? Starting to hit the floor.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know where this come from. Middle of the day, bearing in mind. I had this thought. I went, what if leaves are trees crying and they're their tears?
Oh.
And every year they cry because they know they're coming into winter where it's going to be fucking freezing.
That's some hippie shit.
Yeah,
right
isn't it
there.
weird? Obviously, I hadn't even been drinking. It was middle of the day at work. But yeah, it was a random thought I had looking out my window today.
That's just mind-blowing shit at the start, right at the top of the episode.
Yeah. Get in touch with your inner self, man.
I was more thinking, what's been going on? I ain't seen you.
Well, I've been away for a
ages.
while. I've had a spiritual overhaul.
Well, you've been underground, mate.
Mate, I've been to fucking hell and back is where I've been. Awful.
Explain to everyone why.
I've had the lurg, and I've had the super lurg. Whatever what they call it, the worst cold ever, super lurg. I've had it.
Some virus that's worse than COVID, but no one's kicking off about it.
That was horrendous, mate. I was delirious for the first 36 hours.
Oh, mate, I spoke to you on the phone and you genuinely sounded awful.
Yeah, you spoke to me at various stages through it, didn't you?
Yeah, but you
mate,
sounded...
naughty sauce. I've still got
awful.
it. I'm not going to lie. You might hear the odd cough or two tonight from me. I've still got it. It's hanging around. But yeah, I think I'm over it. Proper naughty, though.
Yeah, don't be passing that shit on, man.
Proper naughty.
Don't be giving me that shit. It's filth. You and your wife have been going on, 3-4 weeks?
And the child. I think the child brought it in.
Mate, mental shits. But anyway, it means we haven't been able to podcast, but now we're back.
We ain't, have we? It's I've missed it.
Yeah, I have, to be fair. There's so many things that I don't realise until we don't do it that I'm like, I must tell Joe about that or show Joe that. Nothing.
I ain't thought about you once.
Oh, get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. So, what's been going on, mate? We've got a lot of, not necessarily going into news detail, but we've got a lot of shit that's happened over the last month. We haven't done this.
I think before we go anywhere, guys, we're probably going to have to talk about the football, aren't we?
No, we're good.
I could make this a whole West Ham podcast, but we'll put a disclaimer down now. If you don't like the football, probably try about 10 minutes time. Come back in 10, we might be done.
All right, we're doing that again. Okay, we did that a couple of episodes ago, didn't we? It's there's too much to cover off in football.
Yeah, we give people a chance to skip out, but yeah, okay, we're in. We're
right,
into the football.
10 minutes from now. Okay.
Do you want to go first? I feel like I'll be kicking a puppy when it's down.
So, just for a timeline for everyone, it is now midweek. The weekend just gone. We got thrashed 5-0 by Liverpool.
Battered.
It's just hurt on so many levels for so many reasons. I don't even really want to talk about it, but
it was a shambles, guys. There's times I've looked at professional footballers and watched them in a game, and I've thought they've not played well. There's times I've said they're a fucking shambles.
For me, and trying to be completely unbiased, they went 2-0 up early doors.
They were 2-0 up before the game kicked off, mate.
They went 2-0 up early doors, and then we had one either given offside or disallowed, and you're like, that's where the game could have swung our way, and it could have been a comeback. And that just didn't happen. And then they bagged another quick goal after that, and it was, once that 3-0 was like, fuck, this ain't our day, and it just got taken away from us.
It was never on the cards for me.
Second half, I don't know what Ollie was thinking, and this is not me saying Ollie out because I don't believe in that, but we had 4 centre mids, no left wing, a right wing and a striker.
Against one of the hardest working teams in the Premier League, pulling your shape all over the place.
No left wing. You've left that whole side completely open.
You're not the only team that is going to get turned over 5-0 by Liverpool this year.
No, they've had one already, haven't they, this season, before us?
Game before that, you done all right, hadn't you? Europe, you came back 2-0 at half-time at Atlanta, a tidy team. Brought it back 3-2.
Prem's been disappointing in the last couple of games before that.
Mm.
But I don't know. For me, don't kick Ollie out. Ollie needs to lose his shit. He needs to have a hairdryer moment in the week this week.
Do you reckon he can in that dressing room? Who do you think runs that dressing room?
This is the
Ain't fucking Ollie.
Yeah, but this is the I don't give a fuck now. You walk in, and if anyone goes to speak, you go, shut the fuck up. And you lay down your, I'm not having this shit. This is how we're going to play. You're going to do exactly as you're told and give 100%, or you're dropped. And I'll happily, in all my press conferences, explain why.
Can he do that, though? Because he's always been what we assume he's a nice guy. He, doesn't. He can't just go in there and switch.
Yeah,
he can't switch. They won't take him serious.
The impact that will have will be like having a new manager. If he turns Fergie on it and goes, right, I've given you free reign. I've let you go and do this and have a laugh. Fuck that, it's over. You don't deserve it.
Fucking Manchester United squad's having a laugh. They're taking the piss.
But I'd say to him, until you put in the work and we start getting results and I see you all want it, you ain't having fun.
Bin him. Make Ronaldo player manager now till the end of the season.
Oh, no.
You'll win the Champions League, guys.
No.
Are you in the Champions League?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Atlanta, wasn't it?
Lovely.
But
that is Champions League.
Ronaldo's not a manager. And this is a big controversial debate. But for me, Ronaldo's not a manager. He doesn't know.
To be fair, I don't see him going into.
He doesn't know how a defender should play. He knows how to beat a defender. He studied that like crazy good. He's never done the flip side of it and had to defend. You've never seen him jockey, make a great tackle and then run over you.
I don't think it's worked out in the way the board imagined bringing Ronaldo back to the club. They thought he'd be a saviour. He will score good goals. Yeah. He's a good player. He'll score goals, especially in levels like Champions League. But he's come in and rather than galvanise the team, for an outsider looking in, it looks like he split that dressing room. I think Maguire, has got one of the hardest jobs in the Premier League. He's supposed to be a captain. He's supposed to own that dressing room. He don't even own his own fucking starting place. He can't. Ronaldo or Fernandes, etc. They're running that, and Ollie's lost that dressing room. I think you get turned over by Spurs, which will be a miracle because them yids are fucking awful. He's gone.
No. What you say about the board, yeah, they think they've brought in the right players, right? Because we have been progressing. We've been doing really well over the last 3-4 years under Ollie. And now it's like we finish second, kick on, there's your super signings.
Yeah, you should have kicked on from last year.
Ronaldo, I think, comes in and he does what he does, as in scores you lots of goals. And he will. And he'll play well. The more we play well, the better he'll play as well.
He is impressive. Have we spoke on the pod since I watched him in the flesh? I think we might have done because that was fairly early in the season. Yeah, he is impressive. Look, before we depress everybody with our fucking rubbish your football team's doing.
Just to round it off, I think we give Ollie till the end of the season, but he needs to make some changes, and I think he needs to completely lose his shit and go Fergie on it.
I think you're giving the fact that he scored a fucking tap in 99 too much respect, and I think that's that anybody else that gets sacked. Look at last year. Look at Chelsea, sacked off Lampard, club legend, won the Champions League.
But
that's what you should be doing right now.
No, last year Ollie finished second. The year before that he finished second. The year before that he finished third, and that was a year that Liverpool and City went mental and just outrun everyone.
But you ain't progressing though. As a team, you're going backwards. No, tactically you're going backwards.
We're maintaining
identity. You're going backwards.
We're maintaining that second place, and now, as you said, the board have gone big signings. Now you can kick on.
You are not finishing second this year. If you keep Solskjaer, you're leaving fourth place wide open. That's the best you can hope for right now. Is fourth, by the way. You're leaving that wide open.
Really?
Yeah. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City are cut above, man.
Chelsea are only in that conversation because of winning Champions League. They did shit in the season.
They don't concede goals.
They did shit in the season last year. Mind you, yeah, Tuchel was only been.
And Lamps, yeah. Anyway, all right. So enough about your fucking Muppet team. Let's have a fucking little chat about the Irons, shall we, boys?
All right.
Irons.
It's
been a lovely, lovely time. So I broke my duck, people. If you don't know, share my season ticket. Been to 3 games this season.
Yeah.
Witnessed the only 2 losses we've had all season. We are playing Man City tonight in the League Cup, so who knows? We might lose that one. Broke my duck against the only team I care about watching football. And many people will know, And if they know me well, they'll know that there's one team in the world I cannot stand. I can't stomach them.
It is.
Thinking about them, watching them, seeing their badge, it makes me feel physically sick. I hate them.
I think even neutrals do nowadays, though.
I hate them. And we done them. And I went, and it was an absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely day.
For anyone who's listening, that's Spurs. Because you didn't actually say a team there.
That team, I won't say their name. Well, I probably have. You can probably quote me on that. I'll try not to say their name. Lovely, lovely day. Went with my football boys. We'll start going casino now. We're posh. We don't go pubs anymore. We go casino.
Oh, you've grown up.
Before and after. I'm not a rich man. I can't afford to lay a little bit of money down. Oh, I did. I put £5 into an electronic roulette game.
Yeah,
so I was sitting there watching the Liverpool game. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Pressed the screen 3 times, and my balance went down £3. I was like, bollocks! I'm on the £1 chips.
Yeah.
Too late. Spun. Didn't come in. I was like, oh Jesus! That £2.
Go to 10p's, mate. Cover the
Yeah,
ball.
exactly. That's what I wanted to do, so I could have a bit of fun with it. Terrible.
10p's, cover the ball.
Absolutely terrible. But it's good. There's so many West Ham in there, and you can tell when it's been a good game because people are on the roulette tables, and every now and again, someone will get a winner. You just hear Antonio, 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 and it was magic this weekend, mate. It really was. There was just carnival atmosphere on the train on the way up. People getting their booze on, pub beforehand. Atmosphere around the ground was like a carnival, as I say. Getting in the ground. The loudest I've heard that stadium in a long time. And I'm down the quiet end now. I'm in a Bobby Moore upper. That's quiet.
Well, lucky you moved because everyone's seen the video.
Jesus, the beer fight.
Off.
Where everyone throwing their beer at each other.
Between
Filming
Tottenham
each other throwing their beer at each other.
But one of our mates is a season ticket holder and he fucking loves it, mate. He gets well involved.
Yeah, that was my son.
And he was saying the way the doors open, that's West Ham fans pushing it open to get the Tottenham fans. The Tottenham fans weren't trying to open the doors.
Either all right. Yeah, to be fair, the Tottenham side.
No, sorry, it's the other way around. So the Tottenham fans just had to push through, and the West Ham fans had to open the door. And you see, it was the West Ham fans opening the door to get to him. Tottenham fans didn't even try and push through, really.
You did see a big surge of people going towards the door as it got loud. I mean, it's always going to happen. It is West Ham, Tottenham. We don't like. Oh, I've said their name now, haven't I? We don't. we don't like each other, and it's banter. It made for a cracking atmosphere. It was a little bit flat, to be fair, in the way derbies have gone over the years. Yeah. But the second that geezer leaned over Fornals, whispered something in his ear after he tackled him, and Fornals jumped up and weren't having none of it. That was it. Game was lit,
mate. It was a good game. I only see the highlights because obviously I was watching Liverpool and United.
Even in the last week, we've had a cracker.
Yeah, you have
3 games, 3 wins, no goals conceded. 1-0 away at Everton.
It's because Antonio's back. For me, he's your turning point. If he's out of the team, you find it difficult to score.
Yeah, we need a striker, and Moyes is waiting. The striker we sign better be literally the most well-researched striker in the world. And this is where it's going to get a bit weird. We've waited 2 windows now to have a look at a striker, and we ain't bought one.
Since Haller went out.
In that time, we've signed a geezer called Rob Newman, who was the head scout at Manchester City.
Right.
So we signed him.
Okay, yeah, because he scouted loads of youth and all of that.
Yeah, and he was only allowed to start working for us when the last transfer window closed.
Okay.
So Man City said you can have him, but you're not getting him in the transfer window in case he chats to you about players with like Araya. Yeah. And there will be a crossover. I mean, I don't know how the things work. You can't turn around and say I can't recommend him from West Ham
because I recommended protection. You can't take club information.
Your info, but you can take the name of the player with you. It's mad now. I'm getting into a world where I can comfortably say this is the best West Ham team stroke squad I've ever seen. We're playing some of the best football I've ever seen. We had a magical season under Payet where Payet was just doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
He should have won the Ballon d'Or that year. He really should. Apart from that, I've not seen West Ham play this level of football or there'd be this positivity around the club. We've had such negativity from moving to this stadium. Nobody likes the stadium. Not a lot of people moaning about the stadium at the minute because the atmosphere is there.
Buzzing,
it's mental loud, man, that stadium.
Mate, that's good times for you, shit times for me.
On the up, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say one more thing.
Go on.
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
Pretty sure we've hit our 10 minutes.
Everywhere they go. Is that it? That takes 10?
Pretty sure. So welcome back to any non-football fans.
Welcome back.
Let's crack on with basically what we've seen. We're not even going to cover news, I don't think. We've had about a month of not doing this. But okay, no. First, there's something I've seen in the last couple of days. The Alec Baldwin shooting.
Oh my shit, mate.
I didn't hear
Naughty,
anything
innit?
about it until it come into court, and it's like over the news. Batshit mental.
Crazy. There's so many layers to this coming out already about certificates, safety worries.
Yeah.
Like so many people within the business, it should never happen.
They're saying the woman who was in charge of like the safety of the weapons had never loaded blanks before.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get on set?
Fuck knows.
Someone will go to jail over this.
Well, it's manslaughter.
Yeah.
Surely.
Someone's going down for something.
Does Alec Baldwin get away with it because he's an actor and
Course
he
he
thought it
does.
was a fake gun?
Of course he does. That's not his department, man. He gets holded, and he was told it was a cold gun. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Hot or cold gun. He was told it was a cold gun.
But you still shot someone.
That isn't how horrendous for him as a human.
Oh yeah. But
imagine that.
Killed someone.
Imagine how many people in the world have shot a gun, it genuinely not trying to shoot anybody,
Yeah.
but have shot and killed someone.
Yeah.
What an awful fucking paradox.
Ugh. Mate. It's
happened before, didn't it? It was Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was on the set of a film called The Crow. If you ain't seen it, guys, you should have a little butchers. But it happened to him, and I think from memory, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's something to do with a blank being in the chamber that got stuck before a test fire. So it basically shot two. It was at point blank range into his stomach, but it actually hit with the force of what a real bullet would have done. Yeah. That was the thing. And another thing that can happen is you get shrapnel in the barrel.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old magician trick. You remember they catch the bullet?
Mm.
So they load in a fake bullet. What's the film? The Mentalist, isn't it?
Go again. It's a fucking Mentalist.
The Prestige. Brilliant. That's it. The Prestige. It's Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, and Michael Caine.
Is it?
Fucking epic. So they do it where the pokey thing that pokes the bullet down into the barrel.
Whoa. Is this the reveal?
No,
the film?
No.
Okay.
No,
I've never seen this, and I've heard it's a decent film.
No, it's pretty much at the start. They show you how a basic trick works.
Alright,
so the thing that pokes the bullet down, like retracts the bullet into the stick. So everyone thinks they've pushed the bullet down, but it's not. It's like back out of the stick.
Nice.
Then they pull it out of it and put it in between their teeth quick. Yeah. But it was considered one of the world's most dangerous tricks because if there's shrapnel in there, or if one of the audience members put something in the end of it, even a pebble or something.
Why would that be happening?
It happened a few times.
Who's doing that?
Yeah, that was it. The fake bullet in there. So even that could kill you. You talk about two blanks in there. That is basically having shrapnel in there that will just fucking pierce through.
It shouldn't be happening. It really shouldn't. He's never going to work again, Baldwin. That's it. He's out of the film game.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked. I did see something funny. Pete Davidson, the comedian.
Saturday Night Live dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
He is funny. But he was talking in an interview about Alec Baldwin. And he come over to him and he was like, "Oh, Pete, like you're really in good shape. What's your secret? What'd you do?" And he doesn't work out or anything, but he was like talking to Alec Baldwin. He was like, "Oh, I just do like 20 sit-ups and push-ups a day." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool. About a year and a half later, Alec Baldwin goes on some chat show. He's looking all buff, and they're like, "Oh, what's your secret?" And he goes, "Oh, I do like 20 push-ups and sit-ups a day."
Decent. He's funny, man. I like that Pete Davidson. He's out there. A lot of people don't like how acidic he can be.
Yeah, I think he tries to be out there a bit like Frankie Boyle, but an American version. He tries to say something outrageous.
People are going to take offence at anything, man. Look at fucking Chappelle at the minute. He's copping pelters.
That was something I did actually jot down, as in, I've got to talk about that. The closer. Have you watched it all the way through?
Yeah.
That shocking bit at the end, and I'm not going to say what it is.
No, we won't reveal anything.
No.
But
he's getting killed for tiny quotes.
I'm going in. The people that are having a go at that, I will wager there is a percentage within that number. I don't know how big or small it's going to be. I think it's fairly large. That haven't even fucking watched it.
Yes. Yeah. Because he's been getting a lot of hype off of like American versions of Loose Women, where they're all like, "This is disgusting, rah, rah, rah." But they quote like one line or two lines, and the way he tells things is say something outrageous and then justify it, right? Or give his actual opinion on it.
That's the one
And
enraging thing for me is that if you listen and you watch it, the points you're raising are the exact opposite things of what actually happens. You think he's doing this when actually he's actually doing the opposite.
Yeah,
it's a positive negative thing. But people always like, for example, I'm going to quote someone. I'm not sure who it was. There was a comedian that said, "Is it okay now to joke about AIDS because it's been a few years ago?" People never used to joke about AIDS, man.
When it was
really happening and stuff like that, and we've come past it, and there's certain subjects people won't touch because they go, okay, it's culturally or socially unacceptable. But then you get past that stage, and you can look back and reflect. Different at the minute is now there's an identity that's been gained by a society.
Yeah.
You can't fight for your right to be identified for it not to be discussed.
Yeah, you can't try and change something without people talking about it. Yes, I give you that. But for me, I can't remember if it was Dave Chappelle or if it was someone else. They were talking about comedians depict where the line is for society. So if they tell a joke on stage and most people are like, "Oh," you're like, "Okay, I've gone over the line."
Yeah, I think
if they tell a risky joke and people laugh about it, they're like, "Right, I'm within the boundary." So you need comedians and you need people that push those boundaries to know where it is. So if someone's on the wrong side of that and go, "Oh, I didn't like that," okay, he will react to that and in his next set not go that far over the line. But also, don't fucking listen to it then.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it. And if they're getting less numbers, go to their audiences. They'll be like, right, okay, I need to stop pushing that far. Come back within here.
I think how rude are you to turn around to somebody else and say that I am beyond ridicule? No, there is nobody on this planet or any subject that is beyond ridicule. Some of the funniest shit in the world is the shit you laugh at when you hear the joke, it sounds funny, and then 0.5 of a second, like you're on a Zoom group call and someone's got their microphone open, you get another thought that comes, oh shit, I shouldn't have laughed at that. And then while you're thinking about you shouldn't have laughed at that, you're also getting the other end of the joke. It's like, oh my God, there was an absolute subtext to that joke as well.
I always think about you've been framed. You're looking at people really physically hurting themselves, some of it kids. Why has no one ever kicked off? Because it's the same thing as a kid falling over and hitting their face. You're like, oh, that's bad, but it's funny.
I thought we drifted away from the trans.
No. So as a comedian tells a risky joke, you're like, oh, can't say that, but that's funny. And then you laugh.
For everyone that's getting their knickers in a twist about the latest Dave Chappelle, I would direct you back to the previous one, which is the only reason this is fucking gaslit these comments for the fucking fourth series, which is one of his best works, by the way, is the fact we made the joke about adding the LBTG. I mean, it used to be like LB... What was the first one?
LGBT.
BLT?
LGBT.
BLT.
Then it was LGBTQ.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Then it was LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, but so it
now it's got two other letters.
I mean, that's banter. Like you can banter about that.
Surely, yeah.
People in the originating groups, as we know, do hold some stereotypical opinions that Dave Chappelle may or may not have framed out in his original joke of explaining the concept of it.
Yeah.
And the hilarious thing is that he absolutely sensationally marks out the tolerance levels of those people and points out the ridiculousness of the scale of the tolerance.
Yes.
Yet, on the fourth installment, everybody falls into this trap.
Yeah.
And he's like, thing is, they're so like thin-skinned. They need to be more like thick-skinned with people we talk. And they've just gone...
Yeah.
Fuck them people who don't agree with that fucking the right to be able to talk.
If you watch it and then still don't agree, then surely you'll have more of an understanding and you can just not watch it. Right? You ain't got to be offended because in the end, and if you watch all of it, he doesn't actually offend anyone.
Of course he doesn't.
He laughs at himself a lot.
You can never intentionally offend somebody. Somebody can only take offence.
Yeah.
There's a culprit and a perpetrator in each.
Interaction, yeah.
Yeah. And I think people are trying to paint Chappelle as the perpetrator and other people as culprit.
Watch it, man. Watch it all the way to the end.
That's what I say.
Something else I've noticed in the news: Tyson Fury smashing Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that later. Actually, I want to talk about goats of heavyweights this week.
Yeah, so
let me save this. Let's park that one.
Well,
what you going to say? Go on.
I'm just going to say the two different fights. So the dream scenario was AJ winning, Tyson Fury winning, and then seeing that match.
AJ fucked that up long before Fury.
And then Usyk does a job.
He's a boxer, mate. That'd be an interesting fight. Usyk and Fury.
Usyk and AJ will be a rematch. That's already done.
No, AJ will get boxed again.
I don't know.
Nah, we get boxed. Trust.
But the winner of that has got to fight Fury and unify everything.
Be interesting.
Surely.
It will be interesting. You've got these weird other little belts where you've got Dillian White fighting and people that can still...
Dillian White is next up for the belt that Fury just won off of Wilder.
They keep talking about a linear belt. Is this a new term to describe boxing belts? They go, the linear world boxing champion.
I think that, and don't quote me on this, right?
There's about 4 different belts.
Deontay Wilder's got 2 belts. And AJ
Fury's got them all now, surely.
4.
Who's got the best one? Fury. Fury's got like the old school.
Well, no, Usyk. Usyk's got the best belts.
Well, WBC.
He's got like 3.
Well, I don't know. See, this is how much we don't know about boxing. We don't even know who's the actual top ranking heavyweight.
I'm pretty sure it went that way.
To be fair, our discussion about heavyweights later should be interesting.
Yeah, isn't it?
Stick around for that.
But linear is just the belt that Fury has, and he won off of Wilder last time around. So to unify all of them, you need to see that fight, because that is every belt available.
Make us proud.
Well, either way, I do want to see Fury AJ.
Do you want to know something that's been making me proud?
Go on.
The great British public.
Okay.
Now, it's not often you say that, because we don't often cover ourselves in massive amount of glory.
We're pricks.
Collectively.
Yeah.
We have a higher capability to be pricks as much as anyone else. But Insulate Britain.
Oh my God, yeah.
Has been fucking jamming up the airwaves. They've been trying to get everyone's mush with all this.
Oh,
now, the great British public have demonstrated a correct level of tolerance.
Yes.
So first we politely queued. We're very good at queuing. Al Murray will tell you this. We're a nation built of great queuers.
It's just what we do.
We queued. We sat patiently. We tolerated it.
Yep.
Next day, I'd fucking done it again. We're like, you made your fucking point, jog on. Next day, do it again. Some bird in the back's in an ambulance. You gonna move out of the way, love? No. No, surely you're gonna let an ambulance. You're letting ambulances through, like, nah. Alright, safe. Okay. Right, you're a cunt.
Yeah, you're willing to let people die now.
Next week, you got literally somebody on their way for life-saving treatment, and like, you're moving out of the way. No. Now, the great British public is still queuing in their motors. They're sitting there thinking, well, to be fair, I can claim this as ours, stuck in traffic.
They were
sitting there. They was happy. Then, a couple of days later, keeps going on. How this keeps happening, I don't know. What's the old bill in all this?
Yeah, man.
Although, inside info turns out one of the organisers is married to the British Transport Police.
Oh, my.
Anyway. That's another story. So, still sitting in our motors. Next day, people start getting out of their motors, getting in the face. Wait, mugs, get out of the way. Now, I think that's fair. Some people would say that's too aggressive. They've got the right to protest. They're sitting there peacefully.
No, they're causing a disruption.
Shouldn't be getting in their face.
They're causing a disruption to so many services and lives. So, like that, not letting the ambulance through. Even if any emergency service needs to come through, it's still got to get through a barrage of traffic to be able to get through. And you've got people in school runs trying to get their kids to school or late for work and stuff like that. And they're doing it on major roads. But what I do love about it is how the police have actually dealt with it, the footage you see. Because people are getting out, and don't get me wrong, it's mostly men, getting out their vans and stuff and dragging these people to the curb. They're not punching them, they're not kicking them or anything like that. Right. They're literally dragging them out the way.
The annoying thing is they sit back down again as soon as you're back in your motor.
Yeah, they do. But the police have stood there and they've kind of been on edge, as if anyone throws a punch, then they'll have to get involved. But they've been on edge, and as he's dragging him away, they're kind of like, meh, okay, I'll let you have that.
in dark times, the world needs a hero.
I think the police need to step aside there and just let people
they
pick
have
them up.
done. They have done well. They could have been heavy-handed or backed the wrong.
Yeah, they've dealt with
could have
it
backed the
very
wrong
well.
horse, but the world needs an hero, and that hero come in a school-run mum.
Yes.
School-run mum and her wrench Range Rover.
Yes.
Good girl.
Where she just nudged 2 people forward.
Yeah, she give them a nudge. I like that. That's clutch control, by the way.
Oh yeah, and that was gentle. No one got injured.
That's a range as well. That's an heavy motor.
You might have scraped your bum.
She could have snapped her neck easy. Now she give him a nudge.
Yeah.
Geezer the other day dragged one of these pricks off the fucking road, tied them to, I think it was a post or a fence or something, tied them to that with their own fucking flag. It's like, yeah, try getting back there now. Love that, Geez. Well done, John. John in your white van, off you pop to do your fucking bit of plumbing. Lovely job.
At a time.
And now, there was a geezer today, it was reported in the news, might have been yesterday, who had, for some reason, carrying ink. Squirtable ink.
Oh, yeah, see this.
And he's inked them all up because they're all in his way. What would you do?
What?
I would.
In what scenario?
I'd drag them.
Oh, if I was trying to get through.
I'd drag them off.
Yeah, I'd happily drag them.
Yeah.
I'd
hold him down. I'd beckon to another driver, but help me hold this prick down. Someone else come. I'll move my motor. You move your motor. So he can't go and sit back down and block the road.
Yeah, that's it. One channel of traffic going through.
They like handcuffing themselves up and stuff, don't they?
I don't know about their personal lives, mate.
I'd start setting saw traps. You know, you want to come and sit here and handcuff yourself to each other? I'm going to start handcuffing your legs with a hacksaw next to each other, and the only way to escape is to chop his leg off. You still want to sit here tomorrow?
What if you put super glue along there?
No, they do that. They do glue themselves.
Someone's ripping their trousers.
No, I think they do it skin, like bonded skin. I'll still rip their hand off, go, it's your fault.
Yeah,
you've just fucking super glued yourself to the road, mate. Dickhead.
If you was to full on drive through and like squash someone, in a normal situation, if someone was trying to cross a main road,
can't be doing that.
If someone was trying to cross a main road and they got run over, you could be like, someone shouldn't be walking there.
Set the rats on them. Go and get a fucking barrel full of rats. The next lot that you see there, chuck it on the road, break the barrel, let the rats get at them. I won't sit there long.
Dogs.
Yeah, set the dogs on them. Set the foxes on them. Flip mode reverse.
Cover them in meat. Just let the wildlife
cover them in fucking hot sauce and watch the wildlife tear them apart.
And bread. But
wait, that's the answer. British Transport Police, which I assume it falls under.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, cover them in hot sauce. Save yourself a lot of money in overtime and let the wildlife take care of it.
Bread. I think you lure flocks of pigeons and like seagulls and stuff. Yeah.
Fucking scabby cunt.
And lure them over there and just cover them in bread. And just watch birds come down and peck at them.
Yeah, lightly toasted.
Croutons.
Strap them with croutons, mate. There you go, that's the answer. Strap them with croutons, they'll be fucking gone within a week. Tell you what you don't know about.
Go on.
Ballooning.
What? People in balloons? Like big ass balloons?
It's a craze among school kids.
Huh?
Right, so, I work with a lady.
Okay.
She's got a daughter.
Right.
And at school, she's been the victim of ballooning twice.
What is ballooning?
By the same perpetrator.
Oh. Dirty ballooning bastard.
Mate, kids are fucking dickheads. You know, like, you go to school and kids just do weird shit.
What is ballooning?
Ballooning. You get a balloon.
Right.
You blow your fucking bag of breath into it.
Okay.
Genuine thing. Kids are blowing up balloons.
Right.
With their own breath, walking past other kids and letting the air out of the balloon, still holding it, out in other people's face. You don't say anything other than, you've been ballooned, as you walk off.
So they just get a puff of air in the face?
Yeah, other people's fucking bag of breath, bruv.
Yeah, so that's like just after a pandemic, well, still in it, kind of.
So that's fucking manslaughter. And the weird thing is, right, apparently, once you do it once, you have to stick to the colour. Whatever your colour balloon was, you chose, that's you. So you might be purple balloon guy.
Oh, shit.
Which I think was the example she said. Geezer done her twice, her daughter twice. Same colour balloon. As I walk past, you've been ballooned. And she was like, what did you tell you, like, teachers?
What the fuck is
or anything?
this?
It's like, what am I going to say?
Yeah, they breathed on me.
Some geezer walked past me with a fucking balloon and went, I've been ballooned.
Yeah.
Kids, weird. When it's my day, it's fucking bit of pogs, mate.
Pogs? Fucking
hell.
hell.
That was sick things.
Jesus Christ.
You're fucking spraying COVID in people's faces. What's wrong with these
Ours was more like the Panini sticker books.
Yeah, sick things.
Yeah.
WWF, when it was WWF stickers.
Yeah.
And cards.
Premier League ones, or Euros, World Cups, they were big.
Yeah, decent.
Big
Don't forget
news. talking of big news,
Go on.
there is a couple of things I've seen from this week, more recent shits. There's an ultra rare Wu-Tang album.
I know.
4 million it went for.
Is it now? So they got it off that geezer that had the
Yeah, he was like the pharmacy prick, wasn't he?
dickhead.
So he bought it for a ridiculous amount of money. And I think I remember seeing the video of him bragging about it as well, like, oh, I own this, and it was 2 million or something.
Why are Wu-Tang selling to one buyer?
No, they've just made one album.
Yeah, why are they selling to one buyer? Why are they not going, no, why on earth would we make an album and sell it to one buyer? Why are we not releasing this as an album? It's ridiculous.
Well, now it is being released because the people that have bought it are some cryptocurrency business and they've vowed to share it to the public.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yes, so what they'll do is upload it to like Spotify and Apple and all of that shit.
God bless them, man.
And then everyone can get on that shit.
God bless them, man. Shimmy,
4
shimmy,
million
yo.
they paid for that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Bargain.
$4 million.
Bargain.
So that's about
Wait, you dropped that on the first day. You charge 10 cents per view on a site that gets $1 per hit. Man, you're printing money.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes.
Better be decent.
Salvaging
this
that.
fucking album was released about
innit?
5 years ago. It could be fucking stale as shit by now.
Nah, I think
Of course it.
will it? Yeah.
I hope so.
For that much money, to make a one of a kind, surely you're writing that whole album going, this needs to be epic. We're only making one copy of this album.
Geez, you're like overcharging. I'll drop you some bars for 20 quid.
Yeah, but then it's not going to get media hype, is it really?
I don't think we'll get meth on it, mate, no.
Something else I've looked up that's more recent.
You busy bastard.
No, it's only a couple of bits, right? NASA.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of space for you. It wouldn't be an episode about space, right?
I've seen some bits, but it's looked complicated.
I've seen a lot of stuff. There's been like light year long waves around Earth and shit like that. This one I've seen. NASA have discovered a planet, the first one outside of the Milky Way.
Yeah.
You seen it?
I'm not going to lie to you. I did see the article and I started reading through it and I was like, wow, that's really technical.
No, honestly, yeah, so I can't remember a lot of details about it, but they've discovered loads of planets within our galaxy, within the Milky Way.
Yeah, and this one's like outside that territory.
But yeah, it's the furthest one they've ever seen. It was something like 27, 28 million light years away.
Which is a mad concept.
The fact that we can see that far.
That's nuts.
Batshit mental. Yeah, NASA news for you. There's shit outside of our Milky Way that we can see. I reckon by the time we pop off, they'll be able to scan out and pretty much draw a map of within that radius.
Yeah, I think we've thought about that before, haven't we, maybe?
That's got to happen.
Yeah.
Just so it's common knowledge to everyone. They can teach it in schools. Not that you have to remember all of them or whatever, but you've got like clusters of planets.
I think we'll be able to set up a permanent base either on the moon or another star. We have touched on this in various other episodes, but yeah, I think we'll see a permanent station established on another planet. Once that happens in 1,000 years after us, mate, that's how we colonise.
Yeah, but we won't see them land because it will take
Colonise.
years for them to get there, I don't think.
It'll be some ET shit. Maybe there's just some weird fucking nuggety looking cunts with long fingers with glowy red lights on. Who knows?
They'll have to be underground because we've scanned the shit out of this place. Perseverance down there is killing it.
I see him take a cheeky selfie thing the other day.
Yeah, I call it that. Yeah,
I was like, my boy.
Yeah,
I'm like genuinely look at them articles. I'm like, my boy.
yeah.
I feel invested.
Because we see the first week he went off.
Sanjeev, back in the day,
Exactly.
he's creator. I feel like he's our Johnny Five in the old school short circuit films in the 80s.
He's our Kit from Knight Rider. He's our bit of machinery that goes and does the job for us.
Yeah, man. He's our boy.
That's pretty much all I looked up for news, mate. Like I said, it's been a long ass time since we've
Yeah,
done
it's been
it,
bits.
so
Been bits, isn't there?
there's been a lot of shit to cover.
Yeah. I looked at a sport that is interesting because it's coming in. It's not just about using your fists, it's about using your feet as well.
Is it like a Olympic sport they've introduced?
No, it's called Kick It! Random fact, Random facts of the week.
Well played, mate. I was thinking like what, boxing, or is it some kind of like American football shit, like where you can kick it? Is it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, well played. I'm gonna go in first, right?
Obs.
Just because this one blew my mind a little bit. No, quite a bit.
Really? Wow.
A mantis shrimp, right? It can punch with the same velocity as a 22 caliber bullet.
Fuck.
Yeah, mate. It uses it
Damage.
for like as a predator. It uses it for its prey.
It's like a wrecking ball, isn't it? Like it comes. I think it doesn't it come up into their arm, and there's like it cranks, and then they release like a ligament or
Like a
something, and then it
kick.
goes.
Yeah,
Like it's naughty. I've seen it. I know what you mean.
mate, fucking mental.
Yeah.
As much force as a 22 cal.
Yeah.
Mental. Also,
Mantis shrimp. Go on,
yeah,
boy.
listen, mantis shrimp. Also, you know what we was talking about before about there's colours out there that you can't even see.
Yeah, they're naughty. They've got mad vision, haven't they?
They've got 12 different receptors of like different ways of seeing colour.
Have they?
So it's the most in the whole animal kingdom.
That's quite mental. I know they seem like some sort of weird 3D like colour map.
Yeah, but
almost.
they
like
can
temperature.
see what you were saying before about how there's colours out there we can't even fathom because of our brains. They've got 12 different receptors of colour.
Jesus, imagine what they're seeing. Shit.
They pick up completely different things.
Does that help them punch people quicker?
I don't know, but surely their visions.
Do good boxers have a better colour range ratio to the normal person? That could be a mad context. Geez, fucking hell, we could have just linked a scientific mad fact.
Well, no, a clearer.
If you're good at boxing, you've got a good colour range.
If you've got a clearer view, you can hit it as a
.com,
target.
copyright. Anyone.
Whether that's with your fist, with a weapon, with a football or ball or whatever, it'll be a clearer target. But yeah, man, mental. The mantis shrimp are sick. They can knock you the fuck out, and they can see 5 different shades of blood that comes out of you.
Dirty.
It's crazy.
Dirty tea.
Also, on the animal front.
Yes, I do love an animal front, man.
Short, sweet. Elephants can't jump.
They can't. No sinew.
What?
Sinew in the kneecap. There's no ligament.
It sounds like a bloke, you know. Sinew in the kneecap.
They're big. Do you reckon your ankles could support?
They're genuinely too big. They can't get the velocity to take themselves off the air, and they haven't got the knee joints to be able to do it.
Do they need to jump?
Well, apparently not, because they can't.
when would an elephant need to jump? Is that fucking shit, bruv? Snake coming on the floor.
So in the circus,
look out! I don't know whether Australian.
In the circus, yeah, innit?
I don't generally think.
In the circus, they couldn't make elephants jump then. I'm guessing that's how that was discovered.
Their hind legs. They can fly if you put a fucking feather in their trunk. I know that much.
And they've got the big long ears.
Yeah, they can do that.
Mate, can't jump.
Well, they're amazing. They
like
can do a lot. I'll tell you what is amazing. Kangaroos.
Yeah. This is why you went Australian a second ago. Kangaroos.
Got 3 fannies.
What?
Female kangaroos got 3 vaggies, mate.
Wait, does the pouch count as a vag?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm under-researched on this fact, but I'm not sure I can deny or confirm that piece of information. Yeah, 3 vaggies. The pouch, I'm going to guess, might be one of them.
Surely they've got to have an arsehole as well. So that's 4 holes.
They could have fucking 6 arseholes for all I know. 3 vaggies, though. That's a bit weird. Now, I know in our world...
That's crazy.
You can get the odd gentleman, lady that might have 1 or 2 or 3 or all the above, but 3 vaginas?
Surely they've got to be for different things. Like one they piss out of, one's for impregnating.
It'd be like fingering a bowling ball. I'm just saying, I don't want to be crude, but
that'd be like working a puppet. Literally over your whole hand. Oh my god.
Madness. Like, why is that happening? Why is nature letting that shit happen?
Funny cunt.
I'll tell you what. No, nature allows for a lot of shit, and a lot of fucking nature gets misconstrued, construed even.
Yes.
Ducks quack does fucking echo. I'm just putting it out there. Everyone fucking will read a pub quiz bullshit and they'll say a duck's quack. What's the only sound in the world that don't echo? Rah, 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 duck. Bullshit. Echoes. YouTube it. Look at the evidence. Don't just take a statement for fact.
I think I've even heard it. You think the amount of times you've been fishing and you can hear them take off and go and they're like, rah, 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 rah.
Do you know pigs can't look at the sky?
I thought you were going to say can't fly. Can't look at the sky.
They can't look at the sky. A pig has never seen the sky.
Chin up, son.
Look at where their face is, right? Look where their eyes are. They can't look up, can't look directly up, and they can't.
Yeah, their nose is always pointed down.
They can't look directly down.
The shape of them is like arched over, isn't it?
So if you put a pig on its back or on its belly, it can't see the sky.
Oh shit! So it can never see up.
Mm-hmm.
So it can never see past its own eye line, really.
It can only ever see its own eye level.
Oh, that shit's crazy.
So even if it grew to be 6 foot tall, that's the highest level it can see.
And it can't look down. So if it's on
its back, it can look at a horizon, granted.
That's mental. You can't even look down. So even if you turn on your back, you still can't see the sky.
How fucking mad's that? I know some piggy-looking cunts. I'm going to have to ask them. Next time I see them, I'll be like, geez, can you see the sky? What colour's the sky?
Moving slightly away from animals. Well, I guess it is animals.
Probably advisable, isn't it? Moving slightly away from the animals.
Yeah. And keep a fair distance. Our hands.
Near the animals?
Keep a distance. Our fingers have no muscles. No, but between like where your knuckles start to the tips, no muscles in there whatsoever.
Was it tendons?
Everything is controlled by the muscles in your palm and in your arms. So as you like move your fingers, you can feel
like
it in your forearm.
Isn't it? Like robot wires.
You can feel it in your forearm, can't you?
Yeah, like that is weird.
There's no muscles whatsoever in your fingers.
That is odd.
Yeah, mate. And that was pretty cool.
Right, there's many things that can move around in nature at various different speeds.
Okay. We're talking super quick stuff?
Flying things being some of the quickest.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a speed of top flight. I want you to have a guess at which animal we're talking about. I'll give it to you European, I'll give it to you UK, metric and
What are you saying,
Euro.
the quickest one?
So, no, not necessarily quickest. I'm going to give you a speed of flight. So, this thing can fly at a speed of 37 miles an hour. For our European listeners, that's 60 kilometres an hour. This thing flies at that speed. What do you think that might be?
Is it like a goose or something? Only because I've seen videos, or a duck, because I've seen videos of them flying along a motorway, like keeping up with them.
No, nothing like that, man. I mean, you get birds that dive through the air, like peregrine falcons that dive at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right, I'm talking something that flies at 37 miles an hour, 60 kph.
Go on.
Ladybird.
Fuck off, really?
Ladybirds. Naughty. Rapid. More rapid than you think. And they bite, man.
They bite?
They bite. I've been bitten by a ladybird before. Yep.
I always get them and like roll them around my fingers.
They bite and fly. Right, so I've got 2 quick ones for you, mate.
Yeah.
Last ones, I'll check out. If you look at the planet from 64 million light years away, you know, you mentioned your planet earlier, and that was about 23 million light years away or something?
27, 28, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what that means.
So, like, just over double that. Yeah.
So, if you went to 64 million light years away, if we had the ability to look at a planet that far through a telescope, what would happen is if they could look at us from that distance away, they'd see dinosaurs on our planet.
Oh. Because it would take.
It takes that long for the information. So there's information streams being beamed across the entire galaxy of dinosaurs still existing on this planet.
That's the speed of light, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a mad concept.
And what I do want to go, this is one just a little check out for you, just because like I think it's funny.
Also, sorry, I can't move past that. That's blown my mind. You know when the asteroid hit, so it wiped the dinosaurs out?
Yep. apparently. I will narrow my colours to that mast.
So if they had the technology to hear things miles away, millions of light years away, would they be able to hear the boom of the Earth being hit by the asteroid?
Yeah, I reckon that would have made a bit of a noise. That, to be fair.
So the speed of light, they'd see it, and then like a million years later, they'd hear it. Fuck!
I reckon that would.
Mind blowing shit. Sorry, you said it was a quick one, but that was big.
One of my last ones is a mad concept, and I've looked into this a little bit.
Right.
Remember them shits we did about the tin opener being invented fucking 30 years after the can itself?
Yeah, that was last season, was it? Yeah.
People just eating it with rocks in between.
Yeah.
The cigarette lighter was invented before matches.
What? Surely matches were like the straight after bare sticks rubbed together.
From an evolutionary point of view, you think that's behind. Why are you inviting it? If I've got a lighter, why are you inviting matches? Do you know what's bad about matches?
What the fuck?
Like, people used to sell matches as a street corner kind of thing, a hustle.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was made with a thing called phosphates.
Right.
Right? So they'd boil this horrible shit up in the warehouses, dip the matches in to get the phosphate in, release noxious gases. And people used to get this thing called phosphate jaw, fuzzy jaw, they called it.
Wow.
Phosphate jaw. And it eroded the bones in your jaw.
What the fuck?
Yeah, naughty. Victorian times, these ladies, mainly on street corners selling these matches, their jaws were eroding.
Mate,
literally rotting away.
Disgusting.
Fuzzy jaw, Google it. Awful.
That's disgusting.
Awful.
Oh,
mate, lighter was already invented. Why are you old people doing this?
That is crazy.
Why are you old people doing this?
I've got one for you. And this one blew my mind. You might already know it, to be fair. Cashews grow on the bottom of a fruit called a cashew apple.
Hey, what? No, and never have I heard that before.
Fucking mental. So there's a fruit, grows off a tree. I've seen a picture of it. And it's like an apple, but it's kind of...
What's the cashew nuts?
A cashew. It's...
Yeah, what are they? Are they the green things you pop open?
No, you pop them open, but they are just nuts.
For the average listener at home, how do they identify the cashew?
Look on the fucking bag. But the fruit, it's like an apple, but it's kind of long, like stretched out like a pepper, but without the ridges around it. It's just an apple that's stretched. And off the bottom of it, like where the core would be of the apple, you know the shit bit looks like an arsehole at the bottom of an apple?
Oh, yeah.
That is like overgrown with this turd that comes out that is a cashew. And the cashews are picked off of the bottom of the apples.
I'm not having this. Why are fucking cashews growing next to fucking apples? This sounds insane.
They're growing off the bottom of an apple. So the vine goes in the top, and the bottom bit comes out as a cashew. And the apples are like shit. They look ugly, to be fair.
This is mad. I've never heard such genetic madness in my life.
They're used for juicing. So the apple juice and stuff you get are pretty much those apples.
I'm gonna have to look the facts up on that. That sounds like a fucking genetic nightmare.
Mental. Look it up. Cashews grow off the bottom of cashew apples.
Have you got a favourite nut? I like a dry roasted.
I don't know.
It's a peanut.
Hazelnut. Hazelnut's pretty
You look like you should be allergic to nuts.
Well,
you're not, but you look like you should be.
Meh. Why? Wait,
what
kind of comment is that, actually?
These nuts!
These
nuts! It's just a goat. No! It's a fucking goat!
Hope everyone likes the new jingle for this new section that's coming this season. This week, you have already touched on it because you said you was going to talk about it later on. Heavyweight boxer, GOAT. The best.
Greatest GOAT.
If you could put them all in their prime at one time frame.
And that's what we're talking. All at their prime. We won't talk about the losses or whatever. We talk about
the end
all
of their
in their
careers
prime.
Or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about in their prime. If you had like a knockout style tournament, excuse the pun.
Where do you want to go from a starting point? 10-1.
So make it like a quarter final. You take the top 8. and then you kind of make them fight it out.
think there's
Maybe
a-
give
I
them an
think
out of 10, like we
Even
said.
still, though, bro, I think there's a big gap between 8 and 1.
Put them against one another. Who wins a knockout?
I'm going to maybe undercut the 8 Lennox Lewis level, which is higher.
He's very underrated. He needs to be up there.
Right, I'll tell you what. Talk to me about who you feel is your nomination for greatest heavyweight.
Who's got to be in the
champ
discussion?
of all time.
Ali, Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be in there.
Okay.
Now, when you go people like Joe Frazier.
Hold up. Let's not discuss. Let's just pack opinion.
This is what I'm saying. So them two have to be in there, right? If we're going top 8 and it's like knockout style, them two have to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. I'd have Ali Tyson up in a healthy discussion.
We are going heavyweight, so you can't include like Mayweather.
We're
Pacquiao.
talking about our boy Fury knocking Deontay Wilder, the 7 shades of shit round the ring.
Is he up there?
Yeah, for me, I'm putting him in. Oh, I'm just talking. He's in a discussion without a doubt. Whether we rule him out or whether we keep him, another point.
Is he up? So I'm trying to think. Classic.
Deontay Wilder's up there with.
Nah, I'm talking like Frank Bruno.
No.
Big
Okay.
David Haye. You've got to come up with big hitters like Joe Frazier is up there, mate. Big boxer.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect Joe.
Top 8 conversation.
Lennox Lewis territory. And I'll put him maybe
he's
up in a top 3.
He's up there.
Guys,
did a job
all-round
against
skill
Tyson.
set is disgusting.
Did a job against Tyson. Maybe not in Tyson's prime.
If you can knock someone out of your jab, you're halfway there. Lennox done that.
What about Klitschko?
No.
He
Never fought anyone.
Held those belts for ages. And
Never fought anyone. He had one punch.
he had to... No, he could last
Short
until the
jab
end.
overhand right. That
He
was
could last
it.
until
All
the
he
end.
had.
He's held those belts for a very, very long time.
He held the belts because there was nobody physically big enough to dominate him. Then some big guys come along in the heavyweight.
Beat him.
Yeah,
Tyson Fury
some
beat
big
him.
guys come along and they pushed him around and hit him.
But then he weren't in his prime.
But still, heavyweight champion for 10 years. You cannot take that away from anyone.
Exactly.
You're a boxer, man.
Does he deserve to be top 8?
In that division, you can get knocked out by one punch.
Within 10 seconds.
One punch. And you survive 10 years at the top.
So, I think he deserves to be in the top 8 conversation. As in, he might not knock you out in the first round, but he can last until the last round and outbox you. He is very clever.
Right, let's go. Right. So.
That's top 4. We've got Tyson, Ali, Klitschko, and Lennox Lewis.
Evander Holyfield, without doubt.
Yeah?
Absolute warrior.
Don't know too much about him, but okay.
Warrior.
Okay.
Championship fights. He's had more money fights than a lot of people.
Evander Holyfield and
Got his
Joe Frazier.
Ear bitten off by Tyson.
Joe Frazier. We'll put them two against each other. And then we'll have another 2.
Marciano, undefeated. 50s
Do you know
and 60s.
What? I might give you Tyson Fury in there. Along with Frank Bruno.
Frank did all right, man. He got smacked about, and it's horrible to see the problems he has now.
He also knocked someone the fuck out.
Yeah, that punch where Tyson hits him with that uppercut and his head snaps back. That done damage. That was literally a fucking brain damage punch. You could see it. It was horrible.
Okay, so let's start knuckling it down. When you're talking GOATs,
I'm going. Ali's got to be up there.
Yeah, Mike
not
Tyson's
necessarily from our experience. Mike Tyson is up there. Who else would you put in the top 3? I am gonna elevate Fury into that mix. Imagine seeing Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson.
No,
Mike Tyson. 6'9" versus 5'11".
Yeah,
two of the greatest heavyweights that have ever boxed.
But that's different. Boxing's about a clash of styles. So Mike Tyson would get in, and Tyson Fury would try and keep him at a distance.
I think Tyson knocks him out. I think
Yeah, he
Tyson
does.
gets inside, throws a
He
big,
does.
wild left hook,
He does.
knocks Tyson Fury out.
But this is what I'm saying. Tyson Fury versus Ali. They can both dance around the ring.
That'd be better. That'd be more matched.
They both dance around the ring. They both try and get in close and throw these long jabs. And
I'll give you an insight into how my decision making is going to go. Mike Tyson gets inside of all them and throws a fucking vicious left hook, knocks them both out. That's my thinking. Mike Tyson is the scariest human being.
No, so here
Muhammad Ali was good.
Yeah.
People like to get in matches with him. People did not want to get into boxing matches with Mike Tyson. They were scared about what might happen. He was the body snatcher.
So let's go to two different styles of boxing. You've got aggressive and you've got like classic boxing where you can keep a distance. And
classic.
Right. Or Tyson Fury. So let's knuckle it down to Tyson Fury versus Ali. Who wins that fight?
Probably Ali.
In their prime.
In their prime. We don't even know what Fury's prime is yet.
Fury's in his prime.
He's not as young. He's 30.
He's coming towards the end of his prime, I think.
1 or 2.
He's
young
big
for heavyweight.
When he beat Klitschko, he was coming into his prime.
No, he'll fight on.
And then he quit, and now he's...
Yeah. He potentially, he's in his prime.
So, yeah, Ali wins that, I think. Now, versus the best brawler. And I think, hands down, Mike Tyson has to win that. As a brawler, someone that gets in close and can knock you out in one punch. It's got to be Tyson in his prime.
I've never seen a boxer throw a punch that doesn't deserve a prison sentence at the end of it, other than Mike Tyson. You see boxers, they box. Like you say, it's beautiful to watch. I love it. The bob, the feint, the score your point. You don't have to knock a man out to win a boxing match. You can just score your points. Mike Tyson threw punches that ended fucking careers.
And could end lives.
It could easily. If you was a man on the street and Mike Tyson hit you with a peak 20-year-old Mike Tyson punch, you're dead.
It'll break your neck. You'll snap your neck.
Dead.
But now you've got the best brawler versus the best boxer as an art. Tyson versus Ali. The ultimate question. Who wins that? Now, bear in mind, I know you're going on this mind wave of Tyson can knock someone out in one punch, but Ali was a genius at keeping his distance if he had to.
We would not be able to deal with Tyson. He's never fought anyone like Tyson. He never got put in the ring with anyone like Tyson.
Tyson did lose a couple in his prime from being outboxed.
Prime Mike Tyson doesn't matter if he's in a boxing match, a kickboxing match, a football match, a squash match. He will eat his opponent. He did not give a shit. He was the scariest thing on this planet. Yeah. If you're entering in to a competitive sport, you should not be fearing for your life.
Ali wouldn't.
People feared for their life when they stepped in the ring with Mike Tyson. He was a bad man.
Ali was confident as shit. He would not have feared him. He would have gone in there and kept him at a distance and picked out the long jabs constantly.
Tyson would have ducked inside. The thing is, Ali would back off. Ali would go on dope rope, but Tyson comes with that short, rising left, rising right. You're out. You're out, bruv. First round.
But Ali punching down on you, if he's punching down and he's keeping a distance and he's using his jab brilliantly, his footwork's amazing. So as Tyson goes to step in, he can literally just counter his step and go the opposite way and then go round again.
Big man as well. Could lean on him.
His counter punches were the best thing about him. I used to play, what was it? The boxing. Fight night. Because you could play as all different famous boxers from different eras.
Oh, sick games.
It was a sick game, right? But I used to play that fixture, that fight, constantly.
Tyson, one of the exhibition fights?
Yeah. It was literally as you load it up and you just play. So, Tyson v Fury, and I would switch up who I'd beat. So I know with Tyson, I do like the double step forward to get in close, and then usually start with a jab and start throwing power punches, whether they're hooks or straights. Usually a straight right would fuck people up. But Ali, if I was him, I'd constantly win because I'd keep that distance and I'd counter punch brilliantly.
You don't have to knock someone out to win a heavyweight boxing match.
But the counter punch can be as
Score
deadly.
points.
If Tyson's coming at you and he's throwing wild punches and his stamina's going down, which you know happens in real life, but on a game it exaggerates it because you can see it. And he's like swinging, he's getting knackered, and then Ali just finds that slip, bang.
Right, so without merging real life and games, give me your case for Ali.
That technical,
you've got 30 seconds.
Footwork, he'll be able to dance around and keep a distance, even if Tyson does like run in, try and get in close. Also, technical ability, he'll be able to weave punches, especially straights, and his counter punching would be brilliant at a distance. That wingspan, that arm span, sorry, he'll be able to counter, stay away from Tyson's long shots. Even when he used to jump in, he'd be able to use his footwork to get away and then counter. And I think he'd let Tyson punch himself out and then win from the 3rd or 4th round onwards.
He would have to. He'd have to do that. Okay. I see things slightly differently. So I'm backing my boy Tyson slightly differently here.
Okay.
Right. I appreciate Ali. It was a phenomenal counter punch.
Art of boxing was brilliant.
Phenomenal counter punch. Art of boxing. A 19-year-old to 21-year-old until he won the world championship.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson did not care about etiquette. He did not care about grace. He did not care.
He'd find your chin with one of those wild swings.
You were speaking about like Ali would, he'd hit him with the jab, and he would. Tyson would get caught with Ali's jab.
Yeah.
Off a rope, off a dope, off a offensive. He would still catch him with that jab because he was very lightning quick. But it ain't going to stop Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's going to eat that jab, and he's going to hit you with the hardest punch you've ever been hit with in your fucking entire career. If he lands one, and you stand up,
we're
fair play
saying
to
in
you.
Their prime, aren't we?
He's prime. And if he lands 2, you're banging trouble. If he lands 3, it's game over.
I'm actually going to concede here. So
I'm
talking in their prime. When you said 19-year-old Tyson, it's like, yeah, he was ruthless. But not only like he'd throw a hard punch and a wild punch, but he'd kind of jump in at you. So you weren't expecting it. He'd jump into the punch.
5'11". Look at Tyson Fury now dominating because of his size. It's the main factor is what he wins.
Well, that's the Ali Tyson Fury.
5'11".
Yeah. Okay.
Monster.
Go. Mike Tyson.
After
all of that, we've learned a lot of stuff because it has been a while since we recorded.
It has, man. I really have missed it, mate. Really have.
Joe, what have we learned this week?
Yeah, well, I had an epiphany that leaves falling off of trees. May be a sign that they're crying because it's coming into winter. It's getting cold. Who knows? Nobody knows. Who's in touch with nature.
There's some naturist voodoo hippie shit, mate. Man.
We established that West Ham were having a spanker on Man U. Were having a stinker.
Yeah, we did do about 10
wasted minutes. Can we just say that? We salute to the British public running over people sitting in the road, standing up for their rights. We'll tolerate it, but only for fucking so much, and we'll run them over.
Insulate Britain, squash humans.
Chinese have been at it, sending over the colds. All these super lurgs that we've had took me out of the game for a little bit. Not
happy. You're blaming
happy.
the Chinese for this one?
Yeah, cool. Respiratory, guys. Anything that's respiratory, Chinese,
blaming the Chinese
bang behind
for this
it.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, all day long. If I'm going to look anywhere, it's exactly where I'm looking. Baldwin's never working again. Poor fucker. He's going to get called into a court case. Someone's going to jail. It ain't going to be him.
Fucked for that. Yeah.
Ain't going to be him.
They're getting sacked and getting fucked for that. But
yeah,
that was awful.
Sod.
We also covered Dave Chappelle.
These snowflake ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, but listen to the whole thing. That's all we're saying on the summary. Listen to the whole thing, you bitch ass motherfucker.
He's supporting you. He's not mocking you. He's supporting you. He's giving you a platform. You fucking dickheads.
We did talk more recently about boxing as well, with Tyson Fury winning, beating Deontay Wilder again, and AJ losing to U6, and now
AJ's done.
U6 the man.
He's over, man.
Well, we'll see after the rematch. After the rematch, we'll see how things go.
I like my nature. This week, I've learned kangaroos got 3 fannies. Ducks, quacks do echo, and a pig can't look at the sky. What else you need to know?
And elephants can't jump.
Mm.
Just like Woody Harrelson in that 1990s film about basketball with Wesley Snipes.
One man can jump!
When you come to the end of the line with a buddy who is more than a brother and a little less than a wife, getting